where E is energy, m is mass, and c is the speed of light. Energy is proportional to mass. A flow of negative energy into the black hole therefore reduces its mass. So now negative energy is going into the black hole, thank goodness, reducing its mass. As the black hole loses mass, the area of its event horizon gets smaller. But this decrease in the entropy of the black hole is more than compensated for by the entropy of the emitted radiation. So the second law is never violated. So this is how, this is where Birkenstein might not have expected this particular result, but that's what they're getting. So as the black hole loses mass, the area of its event horizon gets smaller. But this decrease in the entropy of the black hole is more than compensated for by the entropy of the emitted radiation because of that other particle, the partner who escaped. So the second law is never violated. Moreover, the lower the mass of the black hole, the higher its temperature. So we get that now. The lower the mass, more possible for something to be emitted. I think the temperature would just be lower for bigger black holes, for more massive black holes, but there would still be a temperature, probably. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing even the supermassive black holes have a temperature, but it's lower than for a less massive black hole. Right? But we'll see. We'll see what he says. This is his thesis, not mine. I do believe that Stephen Hawking worked on this for his PhD thesis. He almost did not get a PhD because he thought he had that condition which would kill him, but then he kept living, and he also wanted to get married, and because of the wanting to get married, he wanted to get a job, and for that he needed a PhD, and that's why all this black hole stuff is happening. So he worked on this for his thesis, not me, for my thesis, and so he's the one who's going to tell us about all this. Thank you so much for being here. Can we get 20 likes? Can we? I worked on neutrinos for my thesis. He stuck around long enough. I worked on neutrinos, and so I know not what this guy is saying. I mean, I do know what he's saying, but him explaining it is far better than me trying to explain it. Long enough to get pally with... Well, I was going to say long enough to have a second marriage, I believe. So this girl, if I'm not mistaken, the girl he married, for whom he needed to have the PhD, is his first wife. He had a second wife, correct? Can somebody find out and put that in the chat? He stuck around long enough. Aw. But yeah, this is what he did for his thesis, I do believe. And so young Stephen will tell us about the black holes more. Thank you so much for listening, though, and being here with your discussion and questions. I worked on conflict resolution. Ooh, is that a psychology topic? What's the field? Is that psychology? Tell us, Varun Malik, and thank you for being here. So, what happens when the mass of the black hole eventually becomes extremely small is not quite clear, but the most reasonable guess is that it would disappear completely in a tremendous final burst of emission, equivalent to the explosion of millions of hydrogen bombs. Ooh, human resource management. Ah, I see. Very cool. So, because the temperature actually increases, I did not know that he went to that island. Indeed, this is news to me.